Welcome back, my friends, to something new and different we wanted to try on the channel and see if you like it. If you like it, let us know. We'll do it again. But here's the deal. You will notice that is not my champion. That is Miss Chicky. Miss Chicky is my wife, and she really just started playing Hyper Roll this season. She played a little bit of TFT in Season 1, but since then didn't have much time. But after seeing what this season was and how cool it was, she decided to start playing, and then she thought it might be helpful if she recorded her games and then had me blind react and give critiques potentially for everyone's benefit. And she's on board with this, and she's a really good sport, so don't have to defend her on her own behalf. And with that said, let's get started. I'm not going to do every moment of it. I'm just going to kind of try to critique the bigger moments, stay silent in between, and then cut out the silence. Okay, so here we are at the first augment, and given what I've seen so far, I would grab Bodyguard Heart, because it'll give you a Leona. She's already got a Darius down at the bottom. She's got a Tarek that she hasn't used to test out the Hex Square yet. So I'd be heading to Bodyguard Heart. That's probably the one I would choose the least, because there are no scholars on the team, and I'd like to build synergy. But right now I'd quick get out that Darius and that Leona and get Twitch out of there. Twitch is still in there. Okay. So, yeah, Twitch is not serving a purpose. There's no synergy. You want to try to make synergies wherever possible. And Leona and Darius are both bodyguards, so you would end up with 2 bodyguards. You don't have additional chem tech, so there's no reason to hold Twitch, but you know what? It's not going to matter, because, she wins. So I guess sometimes all the strategy in the world doesn't mean a thing. Okay, looking at this, let's see what item. I'd probably grab the bow, because you have the chance to make the Rage Blade on... I'd probably put it on Caitlyn. Okay, 2-star Darius. It's time to throw in Leona and get that bodyguard buff. Go grab Leona, please. Please grab Leona. She's right there. She's right there on the bottom. Grab Leona. Let's grab Leona and put her in. No, she's not putting Leona in. Ow, that Twitch just does not belong in this match anymore. And I'm going to be quiet so I can speed this up. And I guess it all doesn't matter because she's winning anyway, but oh, it's hard to watch sometimes when you can see things that could make things so much better. And I can see where her mouse is and what she's about to do, but what I wouldn't do is just 2-star these champions that have no synergy with the rest of the team. You want to make synergies. You just want to, and I have a feeling even though these are all 2-stars, it might be a problem. There's a Scholar, Lysandra, down there, and since she has the Scholar buff, it's probably good to get her and put her in. The Scholar down on the bottom, and the Augment, they go together. Okay, I was a little afraid of that result just because of the lack of synergy. I don't see what a Giant's Belt is going to do here. I just don't see what this build is going to turn into. We have no synergies. Please create synergies. Ah, yes, Enforcer. Okay, good. You can get rid of that Swain. You can sell it. It's not going to help. She's picked up... Oh, just missed another Scholar. Okay. She's locked for the Zera, so she's seen the Zera this time, and she's got the additional Lysandra, so we're now at least going to be playing into the Augment. So we have a synergy on the board in the form of Enforcer. I don't think it's going to help with this particular match. That Ezreal just is not going to do any good. If you were going to take somebody out and put somebody else in, probably take out the Ezreal and put in the Swain, just because Swain is a higher cost champion. Now the question here is getting these synergies together. I'm not sure why she bought a Malzahar, but you want the Zira down at the bottom. Bring her in so you can make use of that augment you got. Swain's not going to help. Yep, put in Lissandra and then grab the Zira that you locked for. You locked for the Zira. I saw you lock for the Zira. Your mouse was over. Yes. Okay, Zira in. Okay, we got 2 scholars in, and a socialite got pulled in just by happenstance, and let's skip past this. We're into the next augment, and there's really nothing I love here. I'd probably go makeshift armor just because it's the least offensive of the group. Knife's Edge on a scholar build doesn't make any sense. You could do the item Gragbab, but I don't know how this is going to work. So to keep the video at manageable length, I'm cutting out things as I go. Right now, she went up to 2 Arcanists, which is good, and a couple of Scholars. Hopefully that will help win, keep the Scholars alive, and give them more AP. I'd love to see some more items out there, especially that Sunfire Cape on that Darius out front. Oh, yes! Yes, that's what I wanted to see. And it's always good to get items out early if you have a good item holder. No, Bloodthirster, not Darius. He is not an auto attack based champion, and that's really where Bloodthirster is going to shine. That was a small boo-boo there. Okay, we got a Syndicate going, so that's pretty good because that will help out the champions. And I guess since Knife's Edge, we move everything into the first 2 rows, even though they're really casting champions and don't necessarily belong there. And I'm skipping through to what looks like the next interesting part. I saw a Tome of Traits come out, and so cut to here. For the item, I'd probably go ahead and, pick up the Giant's Best. I probably would have gone to make a Runin's Hurricane on someone, but let's see what the options are. Imperial Arcanist, I'd probably grab Arcanist, because you're already running 3, so you might as well go up to 4, and I take one of my Scholars and turn them into an Arcanist, exactly like Lissandra, so let's get that on. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, I love it, I love it. And I probably shouldn't be critiquing too much because she's in first place, but I'd be grabbing the Heimerdinger right now because Heimerdinger is a Scholar. I would be giving up on the concept of doing the bodyguard at this point and building out for the Syndicate. I don't see where that's really going to help. Build into the Arcanist and Scholar because that will help you out, since that Lissandra is really going to be the carry, and she is neither a Syndicate nor anything else that's going to help. But she keeps passing. Okay, the Arcane Crest. So you take the Arcane Crest, or you could have taken the Scholar emblem. There was a Scholar emblem there too, I saw it. And that would have additionally helped you get more Scholars, because the Scholars are your initial augment, and they get lifelong learning, and that is going to help you out immensely. Picking up Heimer is really key here, and I keep seeing him go by, and so each time he goes by I want to click on him, but I can't because I'm just watching this. And again, she's winning, so I really can't be too critical, but I'm looking at what I'm looking at, and I'm seeing the opportunity to get to 4 Scholars with the Heimerdinger and the Janna, and no need for the bodyguards at this point. You can take your team in that direction and really have some good power there with the Arcanist, because they could get up to 6, and the Scholars who would be gaining AP. She again did very good thing there, turning Zira into a Arcanist so that she's getting the additional AP along with the Scholar buff. But ultimately, I think having those bodyguards out in front at this point is going to hurt the long game. But she keeps winning. Keeps winning. Watch her end up winning the entire thing and just making me feel foolish for even critiquing it all. Oh, she sold a Heimer. No, Heimer's your Scholar. That's your 4th Scholar along with Janna. That hurts. That's 6 Arcanists. Get rid of the bodyguard and lean into Scholar. That's really where I think this is potentially going to fall apart. Again, she could win. I don't know. I'm watching this. I definitely don't understand. Oh, she's going for the 5 Syndicate. I mean, okay, that's a great Shaco item. I just don't think it fits here because you're stopping now at 5 Arcanists and 2 Scholars, and that was the initial buff that was picked up in the first augment, was lifelong learning. Here probably would end up grabbing Deathblade if you're going to commit to Shaco and just make him more powerful. Chemtech is... No, get away from Chemtech. Redemption's not going to help too much. You don't have very high health champions who are going to hang out for a long time. But you can just get it. Why not? At least then put it onto the bodyguard who's going to last along. Not the Swain. Not the Swain. Okay. It's on the Swain. So... I mean, she's got a Yuumi, she's got a Janna, so she's got 2 additional Scholars. She missed the Heimer earlier, so, I mean, this could have been really, really strong on Scholars. I don't think Syndicate is going to help, but she's winning. So, well, she was. This Jinx, I think, is going to pretty much, yeah, that's going to bring that win part to a close. I really think she needs to get those Scholars in the game, the Yuumi, the Janna, and let go of the Syndicate, and I think that would turn this around right now. Okay, she's continuing to win, but I just have to point some things out. She has Knife's Edge, but the Shaco is in the back row. Oh, and she just refreshed past 2 Lissandras and a Zira, but okay. Putting that aside, I'm just not understanding so much of this. She has Knife's Edge and Shaco's in the back row. If you're going to get Knife's Edge, you put Shaco in the front. Now has a chance to put Janna in, who's a Scholar and can help heal the team, but it is not going in. So we're up to an item shop and she's hovering the Titan's Resolve, and I'm really hoping she's going to move to the Chalice of Power because we're into an arcane type spell casting build, and that would be the best one, but she hovered that the whole time on Shaco, who's still in the back row. I'm not understanding this right now. And why Janna is not in. There's that second Swain just sitting in the back row taking up space. We have Yuumi and Janna that could be in this game, and they really need to be. I really am afraid that this is where this is going to fall apart, because advantage is not being taken of the augments here. The strongest AD she has is Shaco, who's sitting in the back row not getting the Knife's Edge, and the power champions are the... yeah, unfortunately. The power champions are the Arcanists and the Scholars. Hey, she's in the top 4. Definitely can't complain about that. But the power champions are the Arcanists, and okay, they're going into the top row, but we're up to the 6 Arcanists, but the bodyguard is not helping. Syndicate is not really helping this build, and it's gonna be I fear this is gonna be too late. When the first augment is Scholar, she needed to reach into Scholar. And she's got two sitting on the bench right now that could be really influential on the team, but they would have had to have been in earlier. This Kaisa is going to just rip the team apart. And I think she's going to be either second or third, depending on how it goes out. But it's a good try. It's top 4, which is positive LP. But I think she could have won this game if she didn't take the Knife's Edge and played everything back and built into that Scholar Arcanist that started to go. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. If you want us to do more videos like this, please let me know in the comments below, and hope you have an absolutely awesome day.